Alright, welcome. This is Nick Marine presenting Let's Learn Japanese, a course series for the self-study of Japanese from basics and beginnings up to intermediate and hopefully advanced. Today, as usual, is a Let's Read Japanese, so up above, and I just realized I didn't actually, let me go into, up above is going to be the video which I'll be doing a Let's Read on, and let me go and bring it up. Okay, so it's going to be, let's see, it's going to be, in this case, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, episode 3, and then follow that with the episode 4. Alright, so let's bring up the video. Usually I have the video already brought up by now. Alright. Make sure it's playing. There we go. Alright, let's bring that right here, somewhere on there. Okay, there we go. Alright, and yeah, somewhere on there I'll be alright. Alright. Okay, and Yep. Alright, so let's go and let's take the volume down to 80. That way I'm not blasting your eardrums. Cool. So with that great start, up above is going to be the audio which I'll be listening to, and off to the side is going to be the text of the audio which I'll be reading along, in this case transcript of the TV show up above. And if I see a word I don't know, I go and hover over it and look it up with the pop-up dictionary, in this case Yomi-chan. In fact, let me go turn Yomi-chan on right now. And as always, or as usual, I've been doing now, is I'm going to start off with Anki reviews, and then from that I'll go into the Let's Read. So skipped about the 30-minute mark if you watch this later, and that'll be about when the Let's Read begins. Alright, so when I bring up Anki, here's Anki. So what I'm going to show you real quick is a friend, it's acquaintance Navy Dave or Otaku Dave. He does quite a few videos showing how to use Morph Man or deep dives, and was watching his videos, and I wasn't doing the deep dives, but I was intrigued with Morph Man, so that's when I started using Morph Man. And then he started talking about the readability program. I wasn't using that, but it seemed interesting. They were mainly using it for readability, like here's a list of books, and you want to get to where you want to be able to get a certain percentage of comprehension in each book, and then keep going down the list, and it gives you a nice little basically a study program, a study plan in which to be able to read all these either TV shows or books or whatnot to a certain level. Now, yeah, and that worked out quite fine. Since I'm not really doing it that way, I'm doing these Let's Reads, and this Let's Reads is kind of funny. And the way I'm doing Let's Read, because I'm seeing the text and looking it up, as that is studying in a way. So I've actually get a lot of studying done by doing these Let's Reads. So I don't need to do it as he was doing, which he's kind of like front-loading, like here's a show he wants to get good at. So he's picking a show usually going to be a new show, not one he's really seen that much before. Whereas I'm going to use it on something which I've already done I've already done the reading on, so stuff in the past. So in this case, I'm up to the 4th Let's Read that I did way back when, and I've done about 16 of these series. So I'm on the 4th series that I've done. It's slowly going to be building up to that 16th, and then whatever else I had left. Cool. So what I did though is I took the text. So I took basically all this information here, without this index information here, without all this index information. So this is actually the full text of every one. So in this case, Zettai Kareshi, Hanayori Dango, Zero's Familiar, Ryusei no Kizuna. So that's basically 4 light novels. And ran Morph Man's readability analyzer on it, and then I used the known morphs I had, and I didn't use a frequency list. So basically I just said, hey, look, here's this full text, do readability, and here's my known morphs. So this is the words that based in Anki that it assumes that I know, and then it gives the output. So I ran the text, and it came out to like, okay, in these texts there's about 12,205 morphs. So there's something like it can detect as being a word. Of those are known morphs. So these are words in here that apparently I already know. So this is like, in this case, close to about 7,000 of those morphs of the 12,000. So of the known morphs, I know about 57%. That's not that big of a deal, because here's the biggest thing. Total instances. Remember, not all words, not all characters, not all kanji are created equally. Some are used a lot more than others. So if you see like known total instances, this is like how many times a word has appeared, any word. And if it appeared 200 times or 1 time, it counts as one. That brings the counter up once. So of anything that's being seen as a morph, anything seen as morph has appeared 1,900, almost 200,000 times. All right, in these 4 light novels that I've got. And these are the known instances. So these are like, of those instances, these are the 7,000 that I know. they've appeared 1,804, almost 185,000 times. So of the 200,000, 185,000 are, were at least I likely already know about, just because again it's a word I likely already studied or know. Hence, this is the morph readability, because remember what I said, like the first 150 kanji, the most common 150 kanji are used 50% of the time, just those 150. So those are used like many times in the same book. Same with words. The first 2,000 or first 1,000 words are probably used 50% of the time. So those 1,000 words are appearing all over the place in these books. Not always. Some words may not appear in a book, but most of those words are going to be appear in the book. Whereas stuff in like, the last 500 kanji of the JoJo, or the let's say the last 2,000 words you learn in one, which is like, let's say 10,000 words that you need to know for in one. Those last 2,000 words, they might be used just I want to say 1% of the time. 1% of the time. So you go from 50% to 1%. But that's still going to be an important 1%, but prioritize it later. You don't have to front load that. That's for something, hey, when you've caught up with all the important shit, now you get to learn. So anyway, this is kind of cool with this readability program. And the other benefit is that it creates a study plan. So it'll say, hey, here's the most frequent words. And it's basically going to do your Morph Man, put the most frequent words up top. And a lot of those words, because I've already done the let's reads, I already know them, so I just click known. So it's like a gimme. And so, but I am finding words that I don't know, and cool. And all I do is, once I'm going to add the next book. In this case, it's Kimi no Nawa, Your Name. I'm going to add that light novel. Again, I'm going to run the program again. It's going to give me all the new words that are in that book. Kind of like Comet. Comet's has not appeared in any of these other stories yet, so it's going to appear in this one. Cool. For example, and I'll run this, so I'll get some more. A lot of it's going to be names and places of the story, so that's going to be front loaded at the top. I'll learn those real quick, or I'll say, oh, I already remember this. Click known. But then the other benefit is like the words that are common throughout all those stories that aren't frequently used in any of the stories, but they start appearing as you start adding a lot more Japanese text. Those rise to the top, and that means that's really useful to then you start picking those out that, yeah, okay, it's not common, it's not like appearing a lot in any one, like somebody's name, but it just seems like it does pop up in all these stories, so that becomes a good word to learn. So that's a benefit of doing this is why I'm doing this in parts. So add a story, get 100 words. Add another story, then out of those two, get another 100 words. Then add another story, out of those, get another 100 words. And keep on doing this. So the time I'm up to the 16th series that I add, I should have already learned 1,600 new words. All right, and there's going to be a big fucking, when you think about that, it's going to be like it's going to be like reading a set of books that's this thick. So, all right, so anyway, that's just wanted to show you that, so I thought that was kind of interesting. Anyway, I got some comments in. Let me go through the comments. I apologize for ignoring. So Merlot has a question, Nuke. Let's see, Hogane, so Fullmetal Alchemist. How do you end up dealing with the verb forms like ta, te? You just get that through exposure. You can, there are, books, you can study that as part of the grammar function for, like Shinkansen Master is one way. Teikim is a really great way of doing that. So yeah, just do the Tei or Taikim's Japanese guide to Japanese grammar. I think you'll learn the forms quite well that way. Luke Sky asks, hey Nuke, new sub here. Just wanted to thank you for making Remember the Hiragana content. Good. Want to start learning Japanese, didn't know where to start. Yeah. And yeah, the path is fairly simple, as for the structured studying part. It's this unstructured, this whole picking something to read and pick something fun to read and reading it, Maybe pick something you can read the audio and do that. You don't have to, but it's fun. And or just watch anime. But yeah, the biggest part with all this is making sure about the immersion. All this structured stuff is to make the immersion portion of it more easier on you. Okay, let's keep going. Dr. Merlot. I think that's just answering Dr. Merlot's question. Miku's song. But your videos really got me learning. Currently, I'm remembering the hiragana good. And do you have any tips on what to learn after hiragana katakana? Yeah, so go to the Tango N5 book. I think, yeah, if you buy the book, I think the link's in the description. I'll give you the link to the Anki deck so you can download and use that. And right now, I know I don't hear too many complaints about the Tango N5 books. So they do work. I think they are working quite well for people who are using them. After the Tango N5, you do the kanji, remember the kanji optimized part 1. So that's the 500 most common kanji and remember the kanji order. And then Tango in 4. You know, keep going on after that. Start a kanji deck and do immersion after learning those. Yeah, so Karen, I'm offering a slightly different, like I do recommend after hiragana katakana, hold off on kanji just a little bit. Learn about 1,000 words, then go into the kanji part, and then learn some more words and add some more kanji. So it's doing it in parts. The benefit there is, though, you can start getting some real nice benefit from watching anime earlier, because you're going to start seeing words that you learn via tango in the anime or dramas that you watch. Okay, I think that does it. Let's get started with the learning. Start with kanji. Start with the. You know, I don't have to. Let's keep it that way. Cool. Here we go. Strangle, the Strangler. Okay. There we go. That's Spider-Man and Darth Vader. In a top hat. Darth Vader in a top hat. So it's easy to think of Strangler like Spider-Man strangling Darth Vader with his webbing, whereas Darth Vader's using the Force choke on Spider-Man. You know, yeah. All right, cool. Excellent. Missed that. Falsehood. This is Nisei Mono. So that's Batman will never do a falsehood. So it's Uso and whoa. Sorry. Me. Different one. That's when your mouth is void of truth. Yeah, so let's use void. There we go. Gotta be really careful on that. Okay, let me make sure. Hopefully I remember to. Okay, peek, nozoku. Alright, so that's your maybe peek in on your boss, look in on your boss when you hear him yelling at somebody, right? Peek, nozoku. Okay. Yeah, cool. Let's see, nozoku, nozoki. Okay. A tray. Kind of want to say, let's see, so you want to do a carrier. Alright, so carrier and on a plate. Alright, so this is a ban? Sotoban. Yeah, I think it says ban. Yeah, okay, there we go. Alright, so this is kiban, which is base bedrock. Enban, a disc or flank. Okay, let's go. And then sotoban. Sotoban is like the abacus. Japanese abacus, sotoban. There we go, cool. A chink in the armor. So again, think Lord of the Rings, so the tower. And there was that little stream that the orc was able, with the torch, they were able to put the bomb inside. There we go. And this is schema. Schema. Cool. Fierce. Yeah, this is Mo. So you want to be fierce, so you need a fierce pack of dogs. And attacking a child. It's like on a plate. So it's very fiercely, yeah, it's kind of a very graphic imagery, but rushing. Mole. Alright, so it's Moretsu. Okay, Mole. Mozen. Fiercely, okay. Moju. Beast. Okay, Moju. Momo. Fierceness. Cool. William Sellers. Is it worth to learn kanji for words you're learning? I think so. But you mean start learning words in kana and then looking up... No. Luke, just hold off on kanji. Just hold on a little bit, then go on and learn kanji, and then you'll be learning words that use those kanji. So it's, just trying to do this, not rushing kanji right off the bat. But kanji's still important. We're just kind of holding off just slightly. You're still going to be learning 500. Those 500 kanji are going to count for like 75% by use, so they are important. We're just realizing, hey, we're just kind of shuffling roughly where they start at. Yeah, Kamaso, no, I just like to learn the kanji maybe, and so isn't so usually written in kana. Uso. Right. Don't worry, but again, this is a kanji thing. This is so like if I want to write it, I know how to write it. If I do see it in books, I will know what it means in books. And by the way, it is written in kanji in books quite often. Once you start reading a lot of books. Right now, you probably not, if you don't read a lot of books, you probably won't see it as often. And or if you do see it, it might have furigana above it as well. So I mean, but don't worry about it like that. This is just, these things are based on statistics and numbers. That's why they're gathered in this way. And but there's a little bit of logic added to it. All right, cool. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay, straw rope. Ah, this is Okinawa. Okay, so you need Spider-Man and eel. Okay. Nawa of Okinawa. And this is also like, okay, cool. All right, Nawa, rope. Don't do a search on Kimi no Nawa. Don't do a search on that, because that's, yeah, different. Kimi no Nawa is different than Kimi no Nawa. Sorry. Nawabari, one's territory. Okinawa. Okay. Jumon. Now that's interesting. Jomon. Okay, cool. Play music. Okay, so that's, again, do the bonsai plant. And play music to heavens. Okay, so it's in. Okay, cool. In Seoul. Oh, Seoul, sorry. So this is Seoul. In Seoul, good. Kanaderu, okay. Sojo, and Kana. And the only word I know there is in Seoul. And let me remind you, if this is your first time here, I am not memorizing these words down here. I'm not memorizing what they mean. That's already given on the question side of it. All right, these are only used as context. The other benefit is like words like in so. It's like I already learned that word, so now I'm seeing it again, so I'm getting reminded about it. But that's it. Now, these other words I'm probably going to learn over time. I'm just not worried about it now. It's just there for context. All right? And you'll find it gets easier if you ever review an older kanji that's like you've learned a lot of words for. You might have forgotten this up here, play music, but you remembered in so. It's like, oh yeah, I remember that. So that'll help you get the answer. Okay, summit, peak. Okay, so that is mountain, and then the ranger. All right, so that's Aragorn the ranger climbing the summit. Okay, cool. The Mine. Oh, okay, that's in somebody's name. All right. Omine, Koho. It might be Takamine as well. Takamine. Okay. But Koho. I'm on Lofty Peak. Bathe. Huh. Oh, yeah. So that's, water, and then should be valley. Okay, Abiru. I think it's this one. Yep, there we go. So Abiru, cool. Kaisuyoku, cool. And Nyuyoku, okay. Yukata, oh, no, okay, Yukata, okay. Yokujitsu, another word for bathroom. Yokuso, bathtub. Cool, got it. Give it a heart, it's for fun. All right, Tryst. This is I want to say an encounter on the mountain. So it's you encounter with Aragorn. So locking legs, bush. There. So I think that's Tryst. Yep, cool. And again, this is where you learn like, hey, this is owl, but these are owl is one of those where verbally, you can only know through context. When you're reading, just through the kanji they have to use, you then get a context as to what type of meaning it is. In this case, it's kind of like an inadvertent meeting between people who like each other. Okay. Deao, meet by chance. Osaka. Osaka. Okay, cool. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I meant to ask my question. Sorry, my bad. Kimi no Nawa. Okinawa. I see your method. Okay. Yeah, if you're going to katakana writing practice sheets, you can print. Is that for me or somebody else? Oh, sorry. Overjoyed. Ureshi, so that's woman. Overjoyed that our samurai husband, samurai drummer, is came home. Ureshi. Okay, Ureshi and Kiki. Okay. And last one, podium. Okay, this one I usually get wrong. So it's like, okay, dirt. Podium made of dirt, some guy standing in a top hat, like think of a, and he's talking to the night, to the daybreak. Okay, so that guy there, and Kadan, Dan. There we go. So Kadan, flower bed, Dan, altar platform. Good. All right, awesome. All right, so that's done. All right, let's go on to other decks. So we're going to do Morph Man. And what's the time right now? I'm not seeing the time. 10 more minutes. So let's do Morph Man for 10 minutes. All right, here we go. Okay, Mottaiburu. So this would be kind of like a arrogance or air of haughtiness, like a egotistical. Yeah. Mottaibuta choshite. Choshite. Mottaiburu. Mottaiburu. Okay, good. Kage. Kage de mitete. それで満足なの? Kage de mitete. Okay, good. Hottarakasu. So that's just to leave, like to just leave someplace. あんたも仕事ほったらかして、息子の心配することもあんだな。Yeah. Okay, leave something. 解いてくる。Yukihiro. So this is a person's name. ノートでKoichiの頭を叩く。Yukihiro. So Yukihiro, and that's the actor. I don't have to memorize the actor's name. It's just, but let's see. Terejima Susumu. Sueru. Hayashi riceを麺に据えて。Sueru. Nest. Okay. Soshi. Stop something. Naito no noboshita te o soshi suru riko. Soshi is the one. Soshi suru riko. Okay. Susho. Commonly called something. Susho. Flower 4. Susho F4. Okay, good. Sorasu. So that's like to avoid something. Naito wa, to avert the gaze. Okay. Naito no kao kara me o sarashita. Yeah, avert one's eye, look away. Sorasu. Hanashi o sarasu. Megumareru. Blessed, like people are fortunate people. Temo wa megumaranai kodomo tachi. Let's see, Axmizer. Isn't that the guy from Keikon Deki? Yeah. Wait, which guy? No, Hiroyuki. No, he's a different actor. Very similar facial. Like he looks like a very thin but muscular, fit guy. That he could play like a tough guy if he wanted to. So yeah, but a different actor. He's a little shorter than the Abe guy. Okay, cool. Megumare. The Megumaranai Itobito, disadvantaged. Okay. This one. Okay, I'm gonna have to break out the. I forgot. Isa. All right. So now I'm gonna explain once more. This is a kunyomi. Kunyomi, there's really no predictable way to say, hey, how should this be pronounced other than just memorizing it. So there are some tricks you can pull. So I'm gonna need E and Sa. And dealing with bravery. So we got E, which is well, and I should have already remembered this, but okay, so E, which is a well, and then Sa is stab. Alright, so all I got to do is, let's go edit. So down here, in my notes, I'm going to add well and stab. Now, all I need to do is visualize something dealing with the well and something dealing with stab, dealing with bravery. So I think it's very simple. Like you got to reach your hand into a well, and you're going to be stabbed with needles. And your bravery is based on how far into the well you're willing to grab to get. The more maybe what richer stuff is at the bottom. So that's just so isamashi. Good. So let's close that out. Isamashi. All right. So I got that wrong. But now I've added a little note. So, and again, this is just from, I made this chart from Hazig's RTK2 book. I don't recommend you get the book. Most of it you probably can just get through learning normal vocabulary. But in the stuff with the signal primitives, you can actually learn on your own. But you can learn ahead of time. But I don't think the book's worth it, what you get out of it. But this little thing here has been kind of proved useful for kunyomi words that are kind of difficult. You don't use it for everything, but if you're finding a word that is being difficult, pull this out. So basically, it's like, hey, this is the you're pulling out the heavy weaponry. You don't want to use it all the time, but it's useful when you do need to use it. All right, cool. Saito. Oh, wait. Why was this one in? Okay, well, we'll keep it. Sure. Saito. I was surprised I kept this as a word. Koran saseru Saito. Okay. That's a character in Zero no Tsukaima. Zero no Tsukaima. So, Ran Yu is kind of like to butt into a conversation. Like, Anata no name wa Oya-san. Ran Yu. Yeah, barge into it. Ran Yu. Sono mono. That's the thing. That's the thing. Kiruke no kao wa shinken sono mono. So like very being very straight. Trying to think of an English word for it. Anyway, I just know like okay, like serious and resolute. Dead earnest, yeah, dead earnest, serious. Sono mama. Sono mono. Okay. Mikake, your outward appearance. Mikake ni yorazu. So like, oh yeah, so you're not like you appear. Or you're like, oh okay, oh yeah. Nanda, mikake ni yorazu. So you type, yeah, outward appearance. Okay, cool. Yobidasu to call somebody here. Warui na, kyū ni yobidashite. Okay, good. Soshitara, therefore. Ne, soshitara. Kondo, double date shinai. So in that, so what you mean, soshitara kondo. Yeah, in that case. Shitsujo, to participate in something. Kaisho o yamenakute mo, shitsujo wa dekiru hazu da yo. Shitsujo wa yomitoru. To understand, yomitoru. Oh, it's okay, so read. Yeah, read facial expressions. Ganbare yo, soshi no kuchi ga ugoku no o yomitoru naito. Iyo, it's like it's looks strange. Tsuka, iyo ni kite ne, kono biru. Tsuka, iyo. Kakiageru. Oh, put up into hair. Kiruke wa kami o kakiageru to. Put a hair up. In that particular case, there's other meanings for kakiageru, like to write something up. Sogo. So this is like a general or like public. Okay. Koremare no shinsa no. Oh, so okay. So this is a amalgam or the collection of the points. Sogo 10. Sogo 10 de group o kette itashimasu. Sogo. Yeah, integrate. Sogo yo-in you'll hear as well. I'll keep it. Tayo floating. Yasashi funiki o tayowasete iru. Tadayo. Okay, I got that wrong. Tadayo. Okay. Usu kimi warui. Usu kimi. Yeah, strange feeling. Ore wa mitteru mitai de. Usu kimi warui ze. Usu kimi warui ze. Osamaru, to rule over. No, this is to fix. Osamaru. It's also rule. Okay. Osamaru. Settling. Sugu osamaru kara. Osaraku. Eventually. Yeah, osaraku eri ni yoru. It seems like osaraku eri ni yoru. Ichiji teishi da to omoimasu. Osaraku. Okay. Kanao. It's actually to help somebody accomplish something like their dreams. Watashi nante zenzen. Or in this case, it's like kind of like being in this particular sense, being interested in her. So, ude ni wa kanaimasen yo. No. Ude ni wa kanaimasen yo. Hoping for, okay. Dojiru, it's like being moved by something, troubled by something. Ruizu wa mattaku dojinai. In this case, wasn't moved. Dosuru, dojiru, dojiru. Shiori-chan, that's the name. It also means bookkeeper. And yeah, this is, if you saw the story, it's like she was playing this particular part. Araki Shizuna was playing the part. Shiori Kei. Kazuya, so this is another character in the book. Sonna Kazuya no mae ni. That's his. So again, I keep these for names. I will add names, and if there happens to be a name in the act, I might include the actor that plays them. I don't have to, but I thought it'd be nice. This isn't a very well-known actor. I think his last stuff was in 2012. Sugiura Taiyo. Satsujin, so this is a murder. Dakedo, sore to satsujin wa betsu da. Satsujin wa betsu da. Satsujin wa betsu da. Etai, like a form or appearance. Soyu etai no shirenai. So that's someone you just don't know. Etai no shirenai. Kanjou wa. Etai no shirenai. Okay, so this is also osameru. But it's korewa. Now in this case, osameru is to rule something. Korewa varieru toyu chiji o osameru kizoku dakara. Osameru, the rule, govern. Hagasu. So this is to peel something, or in this case, peel something off. Hiapita. That's just like a heater pad. Hiapita o hagashite daisuke no odeko ni haritsukeru goichi. Hagasu. Okay. Kakikomu. This is to eat up something really quickly in this particular. Koichi wa namida o koete, namida o taete, hayashi raisu o kakikomu. How are we doing on time? All right, I apologize. I'm going over the 30-minute mark. So let's okay, so that's cool. All right, let's go to the decks. Cool. All right, and that's it. And again, I'm just kind of show this. I decided that I want to show my reviews in Anki to get people an understanding on, hey, this is what the Let's Reads are kind of help with. So this is the studying, in this case review, and that's going to help with your reading. And so they're going to complement each other. Because of the reading, it makes the stuff I'm able to review is a lot more fun and engaging and entertaining, and I think beneficial. At the same time, the stuff that I'm reading now is in my head, so it makes the reading even easier. So again, they're complementary, and it's not one or the other. So it's just a little both. And it's up to you over time to figure out what the balance is going to be. But I'm probably reading more. I'm going to start reading and engaging in Japanese more than I'm studying. I mean, a lot more. Okay, cool. Real quick, Axiomizer. I know it's possible to learn the hiragana because it's like alphabet, but how do you learn katakana? Well, again, it's just like the alphabet. Is it possible to write only in hiragana? Well, it's the same thing. It's like handolo. It's like, imagine like saying, oh, I only need to read English in uppercase. Why do I need to learn lowercase? A is A. Why do you need to know 2 ways to write A? Well, in this case, it's like how 2 ways to write so, or 2 ways to write ta. It says, think of it like uppercase, lowercase, or even better, more like straight versus cursive. They're just 2 different ways. Knowing how to write and read in either is actually a good thing, a good skill to have. And in fact, it's necessary. You can't fight Japanese, the language. All right, it's set by the 130 million people, 30 million people who use it as their first primary language. So you're not going to get them to change that, and just to make it easier for you to learn. That said, it's not that hard to learn. Just look up the videos I made. Again, I got the videos that teach you all the hiragana in 3 hours. So all the hiragana in 3 hours, and then all the katakana in 3 hours. It's not that difficult. And just go there, then start learning vocabulary words. After about 1,000 of those, come back and learn about 500 kanji, which again takes about 30 to 40 hours to learn. So it's not, this isn't quick, but it's doable, and it's many people have done it, and so once you get over the blockade that you think these characters are presenting to you, you realize they are approachable. You just got to take them one at a time, not look at them as a whole. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. What exactly do you do while watching the episodes? Are those sentences that you are now reviewing? Sentences that you made from episodes you watched before? No, again, these are sentences from the books I've read. Like this whole Let's Read stuff. Like the stuff I'm reading. Like in a couple 2 or 3 months or something, I'm pretty sure I'll be adding the Fullmetal Alchemist subtitles to this list as well. And that's what's happening. So yeah, this is stuff I've read. Now, if you listen to the background, you're hearing a TV show playing. All this stuff, these videos I've done Let's Reads on, like TV shows and anime, I've got put in a little playlist on the other computer that's playing on the TV, so it's randomly going through all those shows. So that's like my background audio, and it's Japanese that I'm very familiar with, because it's like I've done like really intense reading on it, listening to it, and looking up words, what it means. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's get started. Thank you. Okay, so let's read Japanese. Cool. All right, so we're on episode 3. Okay, we got episode 3 here, and let's turn on the microphone. Let's get started.
Renkin jutsuは物質を理解分解再構築する科学なり。
錬金術は物質を理解分解再構設 so to basically understand and disassemble, reassemble 再構築する科学なり。
されど万能の技にはあらず。
されど basically, right? Come on. されど万能 or 万能の技にはあらず。万能の技にはあるにはあらず。
無から有を生ずることあたわず。
無から有を生ざることはあたわず。So you're not able to just create something from nothing. Incapable. 生ずる。無から有を生ずることあたわず。
何かを得ようと欲すれば。
何かを得ようとすれば。If it's something that you desire or want to gain, 何かを得ようと。すれば。
必ず同等の対価を支払うものなり。
必ず同等の価格を支払うものにもなり。Yes, you have to pay something of equivalent value.
これすなわち錬金術の基本。
これすなわち錬金術の肝と。
等価交換なり。
等価交換なり。
錬金術師に禁忌あり。
錬金術師に禁忌あり。禁忌あり。So, taboo. The greatest taboo. Alchemist's greatest taboo.
そは人体連成なり。
それ人体連成になり。Human transmutation.
これ何人も犯すことなかれ。
この何人も。これ、sound like said 何とも、何人も。これ、何人も。これ、何人も。犯すことなかれ。
こんな。
Okay, cool. I'm gonna skip the song. If there were subtitles to the song, I would have probably listened to it. But yeah, and I might keep hearing this intro a little bit. He talks like an old guy, so it's not. But just kind of get that to my head about reminding me about some of these words. Nambito. Okay, manbito. Sound like nambito. Here we go. Alright, so this is episode 3.
この地上に生ける神の子らよ。
この地上に生ける神の子ら。Let's see if that's a 神の子らよ。
祈り信じよ。されば救われん。
祈り信じよ。Am I supposed to be offering, pray and believe? 祈り信じよ。されば救われん。救われん。
太陽の神レ
あん
ト
たらだ。
世の神レッド。The son of son が。
大道芸人かなんかかい？
大道芸人。大道団人。あんたら大道芸人。あんたら大道芸人なんだ。
俺たちのどこが大道芸人なんだよ。
違うのか。
ごちそうさん。
おいちょっとお客さん。
あ、悪い直すから。
直すからって。
まあ見てな。
そんじゃ行きまーす。
これでいいかな。
こりゃ驚いた。あんた奇跡の技が使えるのかい？
奇跡の技？奇跡の技。あんた奇跡の技が使えるのか？
なんだいそりゃ。
僕たち錬金術師ですよ。
錬金術ってやつ初めて見たぜ。
エルリック兄弟って聞いたことね？
エルリック？
ああ、聞いたことがある。鋼の錬金術師エドワード・エルリック。
鋼の錬金術師錬金術師エドワード・エリック。
いやー、あんたの噂の天才錬金術師か。なるほど、こんな鎧着てるから二つ目が鋼なのか。
鎧。Oh, okay, that's cool. Armor, suit of armor. この鎧着で鎧着て。Okay, never mind. That's a 鎧着てるから。
僕じゃなくて。
二つ目の鋼なのか。
え？あっちにちっこいの？
Sorry. Okay. 誰が豆粒とちび豆粒。
で、この放送何？
コーネロ教主様だ。
数年前にこの町に現れて俺たちに神の道を説いてくださったのだ。
解いて explain the path of God 解いて teach or explain yeah preach make sure Kyoshu so that's a cleric right or a cult leader yeah cult leader Kyoshu コーネロ教主様だ。
生きる者には永遠を、死せる者には復活を与えてくださる。
復活を。
その証拠が奇跡の技さ。
くださる。この証拠が奇跡の技さ。
死せる者に復活をね。うさんくせえな。あれか。どう思う？
どうもこうもあの変性反応は錬金術でしょ。
どうもこうも変性 天才派の錬金術でしょ。
でも10日交換無視してんぞ。
10日交換無視してる。
質量1のものから質量1のものしかできないのは原則だろ。
質量1のものから質量1のものしか。原則 should be a sorcerer rule, right? Principle. Okay. 原則だろう。
植物を鉱物に変えてるしね。
So plant and minerals. Let's see. 植物 plants 植物を鉱物に変えてるしね。
兄さん、
Wait, that is 鉱物, right? That's minerals. They're Jesus Christ, Marie. They're minerals. I don't know. 鉱物 minerals. Sorry, I've been Breaking Bad thing.
ひょっとして
ああ、ひょっとするとビンゴだぜ。
Bingo does it. We just say that's a bingo.
神様、私の願いをお聞き届けください。あの人、
へえ、こいつがレトさんか。
レト教に興味がおありですか？
いや、あいにくと無宗教でね。
I think that's mean atheist or don't believe. あいにく無宗教無宗教 not religious. Okay, maybe not atheist, but more like not religious. 無宗教だね。
いけませんね、それは。神を信じ、敬い。
Adore, adoration, right? Reverence, respect. 敬い。神を信じ、敬い。
感謝と希望に生きる。なんと素晴らしいことでしょう。信ずれば、きっとあなたの身長も伸びますよ。
信ずれば。信ずれば。
悪気はないんだから。
悪気はない。
死せる者に復活を本気で信じているのか。
ええ。
水35リットル、炭素20キログラム。
炭素 that's carbon 炭素水35リットル炭素25キログラム。
アンモニア4リットル、石灰1.5キロ。
石灰 It's not sulfur. What is that? Calcium. Oh, calcium. Cal.
キログラム。リン800グラム、塩分250グラム。
リン、フォスフォラス、リン800グラム、塩分、塩分、that should be salt, right? 塩分。
硝石100グラム、その他もろもろ。
Sulfur, right? Nitrous, oh, saltpeter, okay. 硝石100グラム、その他もろもろ。Let's see if that's a full phrase. Yeah, it is a full phrase. その他もろもろ。その他もろもろ。
大人一人分として計算した場合の人体構成成分だ。
人体構成成分。構成成分。structural component。構成成分。人体構成成分。
今の科学ではここまで分かってるのに、実際に人体錬成に成功した例は報告されていない。
実際、人体錬成には成功した例は報告されていない。
科学でもできないことが祈ったらできるのかよ。
祈り信じよ。さすれば汝が願い成就せり。
No, it's like a mother. Let's see. Oh, God. Okay, wow. Okay. うぬが願い。そうすればうぬが願い。成就。 Soldier City?
ちなみにこの成分材料な、市場に行けば子供の小遣いでも全部買えちまうぞ。
市場 right? 市場 That's the town story. 市場に行けば子供の小遣いでも全部買えちまうぞ。Okay. The kids can buy it with their allowance. Okay, 小遣い。
人間ってのはお安くできてんな。
人間ってのはお安くでき。That's an asshole-ish thing. You know, maybe the parts, but it takes a lot of effort to put them together. We can't do it.
人は物じゃありません。そんな言葉、創造主への冒涜です。
創造主、創造クリエイター、創造主。その言葉、創造主への冒涜。冒涜。創造主への冒涜です。
天罰が下りますよ。
天罰が下りますよ。Punishment, divine punishment, right? 天罰がおりますよ。
錬金術師ってのは科学者だからな。
錬金術師ってのは科学者だからな。
創造主とか神様とかは信じちゃいないのさ。
創造主とか神様とかは信じちゃいないのさ。
この世の創造原理を解き明かし、
この世の創造原理、創造 that's creation. 創造 and that's the cause of creation. 理由、原理、principle of creation. 創造原理。Okay. 創造原理を解き明かるし。Clearly I understand or comprehend. Explain. 解き明かる。解き明かし。
真理を追い求める。
真理。Truth を追い求める。I seek it. 追い求める。Search for. 真理を。Search for the truth. 真理を追い求める。
神を必要としていない俺たち科学者がある意味神に一番近いところにいるってのは皮肉なもんだ。
ご自分が神と同列とでも？
神と同列。That's the same, right? 同列。ご自分が神と同列。
傲慢ですね。
傲慢。思い上げて。傲慢ですね。
傲慢ね。そういやどっかの神話にあったっけな。太陽に近づきすぎた英雄は
太陽に近づきすぎた英雄は
ローで固めた翼をもがる。
ローで固めた翼をもがれ。That's a sticking, right? Untie.
Moga. に落とされる。ってな。
兄さん。
おった。お嬢さん、今みたいなことを考えてた科学者でもレト様はお救いくださるでしょうか。
レト様お救い。Let's see if that's a phrase real quick. お救い。助ける。レト様はお救いくださるでしょうか。
もちろんですわ。改心はいつでも受け入れられますよ。
改心はいつまでも受け入れられますよ。
教主、面会を求めている者が来ております。
面会を求める者が。
子供と鎧を着た二人組で
鎧を着た二人。
エルリック兄弟と名乗っておりますが。
私は忙しい。帰ってもらえ。いや待て、エルリック兄弟だと？
はあ、そう名乗っておりましたが。
まずいことになった鋼の錬金術師エドワード・エルリックだ。
あの鎧男が。
ああ、おそらくな。
国家錬金術師がなぜここに。
国家錬金術師がなぜここに。
まさか我々の計画が。
軍の犬め、よほど鼻が良いと見える。
Army dogs。軍の犬め。軍の犬め、よほど。良いと見える。よほど鼻が良いと。
こちらへどうぞ。
こちらへどうぞ。
教主様はお忙しいのでなかなか時間が取れないのですが、あなた方は運がいい。
悪いね。なるべく長話しないようにするからさ。
そうですね、早く終わらせましょ
合わせましょ
副教師様、何をなさるんですか？
う。ロゼ、この者たちは教師様を陥れようとする異教徒だ。
この者たちは教師様を destroy 落とし入れる to destroy bring it down okay 落とし入れるとする異教徒異教徒
悪なのだよ。
そんな。
だから早く終わらせようぜ。ストライク。
騒がしい。
騒がしい。
神聖なる教団へようこそ。
神聖なる become God 神聖なる教団へようこそ。 Make sure about that. That is holy, right? Sacred. 神聖なる教団 That's a group. 神聖なる教団へようこそ。
鋼の錬金術師。
鋼の錬金術師錬金術師。
ゴーネル様。
先走った連中がいたようだな。
先走る。あれださ。先走った連中がいたようだな。
失礼の段お詫びしよう。
失礼な段お詫びしよう。
高いところから見下ろして詫びもねえもんだ。
競技を受けに来たのかね。
競技を受けに来たのかな。
ぜひとも教えてもらいたいもんだな。
ぜひとも教えてもらいたいの。
せこい錬金術で信者を騙す方法とか。
せこい悪いせこい錬金術で信者 believer 錬金術で信者を騙す方法とか。
さて何のことやら。
さてとさて何のこと。
私の奇跡の技を錬金術と一緒にされては困る。
私は奇跡の技を私の奇跡の技を錬金術と一緒にされて困る。
いかがかな。これが錬金術で成し得ると。
そこなんだよな。法則を無視した連成がどういうわけかできちゃってるんだよね。
法則を So principles That's a rule of law 法則を無視した連成がどういうわけかできちゃってる。
だから錬金術ではないと。
そこで思ったんだけど、錬金術師が使えば不可能を可能にすると言われてるあの伝説の十方増幅器なら。
錬金術師が使えれば不可能に 説の術を法蔵術法増幅器術法増幅器なら
できるんじゃないかなってさ。そう、ズバリ賢者の石。
ズバリ賢者の石。
その指輪がそうじゃねえのか。探したぜ。
これはただの指輪だ。
ただの指輪だ。
私は神から奇跡の技を許されたのだよ。
Well, you don't want to say it's a. If he's just saying it's a plain ring, it's gonna. Okay, let me take the ring. That's not a problem then.
まだとぼけんのか。
まだとぼけ。まだとぼけんのか。
どうやらとっ捕まえて体に効かなきゃならねえようだな。
君はどしがたい異教徒のようだね。
君は私がたいどしがたい。君はどしがたい。どしがたい。君はどしがたい異教徒。ヘレティック異教徒のようだ。
ローゼ。
はい。
そこに落ちている銃を拾いなさい。
そこに落ちている銃を拾い。
はい。
それで鋼の錬金術師を撃つのだ。
そんなできません。
私の言葉は神の御言葉。これは神のご意志なのだ。
ご意志なのだ。That's his will or his yeah, his will. 意志。これは神のご意志なのだ。
ローゼ、撃ちなさい。
撃ちなさい。
どうしたんだね。去年恋人を事故で亡くし、失意のどん底にいたのを救ったのは誰だ。
失意のどん底に lowest place 一番どん底にいたのを救ったのは
コーネル様です。
そうだ、私がお前を救ってやった。そして何を約束した？
あの人を生き返らせてくれると。
生き返 bring to life, right? 生き返らせてくれると。
僕は違うんですけど。
俺が鋼の錬金術師だ。貴様がそうだったのか。
ごめんね。私にはこうするしかないの。
あいつはペテン師だぞ。
ペテン師だぞ。いつはペテン師だぞ。
違う。コーネル様は奇跡の技であの人を蘇らせてくれるわ。
じゃあ撃てよ。
それでいい。神はお喜びだよ。さあ、残りの一人も撃つのだ。
信者にひどいことさせるな。
何？
どうなってるの？
どうもこうも。
こういうことで
中身のない鎧。これこそ連中の邪悪さを証明するものだ。排除すべき存在なのだ。
情すべき存在なのだ。
キメラを見るのは初めてかね。
キメラ合成銃 So it's like an amalgamation. Oh, Chimera, I know. So Goseiju, so Chimera. Now, here's what I kind of wish. Like, they could do all sorts of loan words. Like, Chimera is a loan word, obviously. But at least here they're showing the kanji, so you can know just by looking at the kanji. So, like, Go is kind of like assembly or kind of like meeting, putting together. Kosei, so assemblage, and Ju, beast. So, yeah, you can tell, and you hear Chimera. So if you know Chimera and you see that, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Seiju. So in this case, is Go-sei, synthesis, composition, and Ju is the kimono, or Go-sei kimono, or you may say Go-seijuを見るのは初めてかな。
賢者の石を使ってこんなものまで作り上がったのか。
賢者の石を使ってこんなもの。
こりゃ丸腰はきつそうだな。
これが丸腰。これが丸腰はきつそう。Oh yeah, this will be difficult. 丸腰はきつそうだな。
錬成人なしに。
銀星人なしに。
国家錬金術師の縄立てではないということか。
I'll add, I like how with this, kind of covering everything you saw in the first two episodes. You kind of like repeating it twice, because I think it was like, this is one of those where the guy who was writing the story kind of wrote two stories, kind of introduced the whole concept of what a Fullmetal Alchemist is, or what alchemy is. So you're seeing the same stuff repeated twice. If you ever read the Bible, you kind of notice that in Genesis, the first two chapters are kind of telling the same story twice in just different perspectives and in different, just kind of interesting if you look at it that way, and in different ways. Like, and there are actually like two different stories. Supposedly it was like covering the same information. So technically, it was supposed to be covering the same information. It wasn't, because they were two different stories. There were two different creation accounts in the Bible. Maybe more if you think of later books of, but it's anyway. That's religion for you. Religious text, anyway. So, 錬成人なしに。
だが
国家錬金術師の目はイタチだって。君のだってではないということ。
どうだ、鉄を切断する爪の味は。
そうだ、鉄は切断。鉄を切断。どうだ、鉄を切断する使命の爪の味だ。
なんちってね。あいにくと特別性でね。
あいにくは特別性で。
神殺せ。
どうした猫野郎。しっかり味わえよ。
その腕、鎧だけの弟。そうか、そういうことか。鋼の錬金術師、貴様やらかしおったな。
やらかしおったな。
降りてこいよ、土産流。
降りてこいよ。三流 three ways. 紅葉堂。Let's see, 紅葉堂。 てこいよ
格の違いってやつを見せてやる。
格の違いってやつを。
Fullmetal Alchemist.
コネリオ、コネロ、コネロ。ローズ、ローズで。
Fullmetal Alchemist.
降りてこいよドサンリ。格の違いってやつを見せてやる。
ローゼ、この者たちはな、錬金術師最大の禁忌。
錬金術師最大の禁忌。大体、忍耐、人体臨性を。
人体錬成を行ったのだ。死んだ人間を蘇らせようとしたのだよ。
人間だ。人間を蘇らせようとしたのだよ。
太陽に近づきすぎた英雄は
太陽に近づきすぎた栄養は
翼をもがれて地に落とされる。
壺をもがれて地に落とされる。
そんな。
これが神様とやらの領域を犯した咎人の姿さ。
これが神様とやらの領域。神様とやらの領域を犯した毒人の姿さ。
ロゼ、こうなる覚悟があるのか。
エドワード・エルリック、貴様それで国家錬金術師とはな、笑わせる。
うっせんだよ。賢者の石がなきゃ何にもできねえドサンピンが。
泣きゃんにもできねえドサンビンか。ドサンビンピンか。忘れたさ。ドサンピン。
教師さん、
3品でねえど3品。
痛い目見ないうちに石を僕たちに渡してほしい。
しょし、神の領域に踏み込んだ愚か者どもめ。
教師さん、痛い目見ないうちに。そうし、don't make me laugh。かしこと、そうし。少子神の領域に踏み込んだ愚か者だもん。
今度こそ神のもとへ送り届けてやろう。
送り届けて。
いや、俺って神様に嫌われてるだろうからさ。言っても追い返されると思うぜ。
追い返せると思うぜ。
何をしておるおえ。教団に新しい強度だ。
あだなす。教団にあだなす。異教徒だ。
捕まえろ。
止まれ。ほら坊主、丸腰でどうする気だ。
坊主、おら坊主、丸腰でどうする。
怪我しないうちにおとなしく捕まりな。
おとなしく捕まる。
子供だからって油断するな。
油断。子供だからって油断するな。
はい邪魔。
はいはいはいはい。
分かっただろロゼ。コーネルは君がいたのに撃ってきた。
あれはあなたたちが。さっきの話本当なの？
僕たちはただもう一度母さんの笑顔が見たかっただけなんだ。でも錬成は失敗した。人の形をしていなかった。僕たちは間違いを思い知らされた。
思い知らされた。僕たちは間違いを思い知らされた。
人は蘇らない。
人は蘇らない。
母さんも。
嘘よ。だって
錬金術の基本は10日交換だ。
10日交換。
人体錬成の代償は大きかった。兄さんは左足を、僕は体を持っていかれたんだ。見える？兄さんが自分の血で描いたんだ。左足を持っていかれ、痛かったはずだ。でも兄さんは僕の魂を自分の右腕と引き換えに錬成して鎧に定着させてくれた。
自分の右腕を引き換えに錬成して鎧に定着させてくる。定着させてくる。
僕は兄さんの体を元に戻したいんだ。兄さんも僕を元に戻したいと思っている。その結果命を落とすことになるかもしれない。僕たちが選んだのはそういう業の道だ。
業の道、そういう業の道だ。
でもコーネル様なら。
なぜ？
あなたたちにできなくてもコーネル様ならそれができるのよ。できるのよ。
小僧。
小僧、覚悟
しろ。
おっさん腹割って話そうぜ。俺はその石の秘密が知りたいだけだ。それとも軍に出動を要請しようか。
出動。それとも軍に出動要請。軍に出動要請しようか。
石を調べるためにさ。
いいだろう。
賢者の石で何しよってんだ。それがあればチンケな教団なんかいらないだろ。
それがあればチンケ。それがあればチンケな教団なんかいらないんだろう。
教団は私のためなら。喜んで命も捨てる信者を生み出してくれる。死をも恐れぬ最強の軍団だ。見ているがいい。あと数年の後に私はこの国を切り取りにかかるぞ。賢者の人バカ信者どもを使ってな。貴様にもそのおこぼれぐらいは分けてやろう。
小バレぐらいの けて。
何がおかしい。
だからあんたは三流だっつんだよ。
三流。だからあんた三流だっつんだ。マス
奇跡の技なんてないんだ。みんな賢者の石の力だよ。
いつからだそのスイッチ、いつから。
最初からもう全部ダダ漏れ。
なんてことを。
このガキ。
言っただろ、格が違うってよ。
格が違う。
私は無敵だ。
リバウンドだ。
リバウンドだ。
まだ諦めんぞ。
まだ諦めん。
私は
神の代理人。Avatar God? Yeah, an avatar. 神の代理人だ。
私の言葉は神の言葉。この拳は神の拳。
何が神の拳だ。そんなに好きならくれてやる。
そんなに好きなら。
賢者の石見せろ。
壊れた。どういうことだ。完全な物質であるはずの賢者の石がなぜ壊れる。
知らん。私は何も聞いていない。助けてくれ。お願いだ。私が悪かった。
偽物かよ。
意志がないと私は何もできん。助けてくれ。
ここまで来てやっと戻れると思ったのに。偽物。
私は
どこへでも好きなところに行きやがれ。
好きなところに。
賢者の石は
飛んだパチモンだった。
そう。
やっとお前の体を元に戻せると思ったのにな。
賢者の石を渡して。
なぜ。
言っただろ、飛んだパチモンだって。
フェイクパチモン。飛んだ。飛んでもない。飛んだ。飛んだパチモンだ。
それに勝手に壊れちまった。
嘘よ。独り占めする気なんでしょ。
Let's see if that's a phrase. 独り占め。自分一人だけど。独り占め。独り占めする。ああ、独り占めする。気なんでしょう。
あなたたちの体。そうよ。それにお母さんだってもう一度。
黙れ。死んだ人間は生き返らない。二度と
生き返るって言ったのよ。祈れば叶うって言ったのよ。
祈ればかなって
奇跡は起きるって。これから私は何にすがって生きていけばいいのよ。教えてよ。
生きていけば What I have to look for 生きて keep on living. 生きていけば何使って生きていけば
そんなこと自分で考えろ。立って歩け、前へ進め。あんたには立派な足がついてるじゃないか。何にもすがる必要なんてない。
すがる？何もすがる必要なんて。
調子を出せ！俺たちを騙していたのか！開けろ！あんな小僧に私の野望を。
野望、私の野望、あの小僧に私の。
ほんと台無しだわ。
台無しだわ。
ちょっと混乱を起こすだけでよかったのに。
貴様！
ねえラスト、このおっさん食べていい？
ダメよグラトニー。こんなの食べたらお腹壊すわ。
どいつもこいつもバカにしろって！
あなたもう用済み。せっかく盛り上がったのに。また一からやり直しね。お父様に怒られちゃうわ。さて次はどんな手を使おうかしら。
Okay, cool. I think 2403.
Rioリオールでの一件を報告するため
リアルで意見報告するため
東方司令部のある町
東方司令部これです。東方司令部司令部のある町
イーストシティを訪れたエ
イーストシティイーストシティ
ドとアルは低迷の錬金術師ショー・タッカーと
懸命の錬金術師ショータガショータガとか
彼の娘ニーナに出会う。次回鋼の錬金術師フルメタルアルケミスト第4話錬金術師の苦悩。
錬金術師の苦悩。Oh, cool. It's a happy-go-lucky episode. That's good. All right, awesome. Everybody loves a happy episode about, a loving family with pets. All right, so let me take a quick break. Right at an hour 30. So yeah, this was taking a little longer than expected, which is because there was this stuff. Again, it was the info dump that happened with the previous day as well. These info dumps are going to be less and less as time goes on. So it's again, when it was actually just a priest talking, it wasn't that hard. But again, if they're bring up all sorts of new vocabulary, it wasn't really new, but it's like it's still not vocabulary I know. So even though it was I saw it the day before. Let's take a quick break and I'll be right back. Time for coffee.
情報。
はい。今日まで電話などによる一般からの情報は3029件あり、そのほとんどが野じ馬的なものばかりですが、キラを知っている、キラを見たという情報が14件あります。一つ一つ丁寧に対応して記録しましたが、報告書の通りで信憑性のあるものはなしと言っていいと思います。それから他に自分がキラであると言ってきたものが21件あります。すべての可能性を捨てず、その21人全員の調書を取ってファイルしています。
では次、被害者。
はい。今まで明らかになった被害者と思われる心臓麻痺死者のすべては、日本で情報を得ることが可能だったものと裏付けが取れました。そして L から特に調査を要望されていた死亡推定時刻ですが、日本時間の平日午後4時頃から深夜2時、特に午後8時から午前0時がその 68% です。そして同日祝日は午前11時から深夜までかなりのばらつきがあります。
非常に興味深い情報です。もしかしたらその死亡推定時刻から犯人は学生である可能性がありますね。根拠はまだあります。犯罪者ばかり殺していることから犯人は彼なりの正義感に基づいて行動している。もしかしたら神にでもなるつもりなのかもしれません。これは非常に幼稚な心理と言わざるを得ません。これはあくまでも可能性の話です。しかし学生が犯人なわけがないといった固定観念は捨ててください。あらゆる可能性を模索すること、それがキラ逮捕への近道になるはずです。捜査報告を続けてください。
Okay, how we doing here? Okay, let's bring up the next video.
これはキラを肯定する意味では絶対ありません。この数日世界的に、特に日本でですが、強盗以上の凶悪犯罪が激減しています。
Awesome. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so this is going to be episode 4. The Kuro suffering. The alchemist suffering. That is suffering, right? Yeah, agony. Rinkin Jutsushi no Kuro. Kuno? Rinkin Jutsushi no Kuno. Rinkin Jutsushi no Kuno. Here we go. And again, this is a fun, comparing this to Evangelion. Evangelion, it took a while to get good. This one, it starts off fun. It already starts off in a fun way. It's loud, it's noisy, it's goofy, but you can definitely tell even from then, it's pretty dark and violent as well. But they got a really good mix. They do play up the shonen aspect of it. You definitely see with the goofy reactions in the background and whatnot. But you then when you get to the real serious stuff, you realize these people are being torn apart. For example, or being boiled alive or exploded from the inside, and you can just imagine about how gruesome that can be. So it's a really interesting take on on entertainment. So I do enjoy that. So this is where I could say is someone always says hey, what's at my level? And the thing is you're not. It's going to be very difficult to find material that's at your level. That is very difficult. What you got to say is you need something that's enjoyable. Now I will say when it comes to levels, do slice of life. When I was doing dramas, those are technically slice of lives. Because again, most of the dramas I look at, they're set in real world. They're using actors, not voice actors, so they're not exaggerating the way they speak is the way a voice actor would probably exaggerate. So you do get the benefit there. But yeah, the best thing is the one that you find entertaining to experience, especially when it comes to this immersive type reading that immersion, especially when it comes to immersion into the language. All right, anyway, let's get started. Hour 35. Okay.
剣術は物質を理解分解再構築する科学なり、されど万能の技にはあらず。
されど
無から有を生ずることあたわず。何かを得ようと欲すれば必ず同等の対価を支払うものなり、これすなわち錬金術の基本、等価交換なり。錬金術師に禁忌あり、そは人体錬成なり、これ何人も犯すことなかれ。
犯すことなかれ。なかれ。ことなかれ。
この
Okay. 2 minutes.
リオールの町ではレト教の教主が賢者の石と錬金術を使い人々を欺いていた。
欺いていて deceive. Okay. 欺いていた。
教会へ乗り込んだエドたちは教主の悪巧みを食い止める。
悪巧み。教師の悪巧みを食い止める。悪巧みを食い止める。
しかし賢者の石は偽物だった。立って歩け、前へ進め。希望を失ったロゼの胸にエドの言葉が刺さる。それはエドが自分たちへ向けた言葉でもあった。
Alchemist anguish. Okay, there you go. Suffering.
Hmm? 鉄血の錬金術師。
鉄血 Iron Blood. Blood and Iron. 鉄血の錬金術師。
バスク・グランだな。
何者だ。
神の道に背きし錬金術師。
Path to God, right? 神の道に背き。Back, betray, 背き。Run against, okay. 神の道に背きし。
滅ぶべし。
Destroy. We have to destroy. 滅ぶべし。
国家錬金術師ばかり付け狙う殺人鬼とは貴様のことか。
殺人鬼。狙う殺人鬼とは貴様のことか。
だが相手が悪かったな。早い。だがならばたわいもない。
何なんだと？
なんだと？
滅びよ。
Jeez. Okay. 滅びよ。
また国家錬金術師が。
相当な手だれですな。
少佐も気をつけろよ。 次に狙われるのはあんたかもしれんぞ。
So major 少佐。次のねえな追われるのは。
はい。大総統閣下。
統閣か統閣か大総統大総統閣下大総統閣下。
どうしてこちらへ？
知らせを聞いてな。ヒューズ中佐、この事件の担当かね？
この事件の担当。
はっ。必要な人員があれば要請したまえ。
要請した。
反逆者には鉄槌を下さねばならん。
反逆者には鉄槌を下ろせねばならん。
はっ。
ブレダ少尉。
ブレダ少尉。
うっす。ったくまた大佐仕事溜め込んでたんすね。
仕事を溜め込んで大佐仕事溜め込んで。
おいハボック、半分手伝ってくれよ。
こっちもいっぱいいっぱいだって。誰だこれ。
良き注意ですね。ユースウェル炭鉱の利権で。
ユースウェル炭鉱。アッシュ、ファイア。Actually, I don't know that. Coal miner. 炭鉱の利権。炭鉱の利権。
私腹を肥やしてた小悪党ですよ。
私腹を肥やす。肥やしていた。私腹を肥やしてた。肥やす。私服。one's clothing. Enrich oneself. 私服。enrich oneself. 私服を肥やしてた。小悪。諸悪党ですよ。
エルリック兄弟に悪事を暴かれて現在逃亡中です。
現在逃亡中です。
ユリー総長、無線機はどう？
受信機がダメですね。
I mean to say, like, Socho is like chief. Now, maybe it's different for that, but like a chief would, in like the military, let's say U.S. military, even actually Japanese military, be like not a kid, not even close to being a kid. I mean, it's like it's a senior enlisted member in the military. They advise officers, you know, like it's, normally it's like you got the enlisted ranks and the officer ranks. So now Japanese is a little different, Japan's self-defense force, because you'll actually go from enlisted, a warrant officer, and then the officer ranks. You know, it's all through kind of like testing, so you could advance that way. U.S. and other militaries do it slightly different, where the enlisted rank and the officer rank are kind of like separate paths. All the officer ranks are always the ones in charge. But yeah, you definitely got the experience from the enlisted rank, like super experience. So it's not going to be a little kid. It is not going to be a little kid. Anyway, sorry. Carrying on. Shoucho. Where are we at? Yeah.
Buhin 部品を変えないと。
部品 parts 部品を変えないと。
あ、エドワード君、アルフォンス君。
お帰りなさい、二人とも。大佐がお待ちかねよ。
リオールの件、君たちのおかげだ。
感謝を述べておこ
別にあんたのためじゃねえよ。
う。で、賢者の石は今回も不発か？
Didn't show? Didn't appear in this. Oh. 今回も不発か？
石は偽物だった。けど力だけはとんでもなかったよ。バカでかいキメラを連成してたしな。
バカでかい。あ、バカでかい。キマイラ。合成銃。バカでかい合成銃を臨成して。
石をどう使えばあんなことできるんだろう。生体連成の分野には詳しくないからよくわからないけど。
でもちょっと興味あるな。ちゃんと調べたら体を取り戻すのに役立つことがあるかもしれない。
なら専門家の助けを借りてはどうだ？
専門家なら専門家の助けを借りてはどう？
低迷の錬金術師。
低迷のLet's look at this. 低 spell 低迷 spell binder spell binder 低迷の低迷の錬金術師ショー
タッカー。キメラ連成の研究者だ。合わせてやろう。
OK。キメージュ金星の研究者だ。合わせたよ。
大佐がわざわざ？
裏だ！絶対裏がある！
疑わしい目で見るんじゃない！
疑わしい目で。
これでリオールの剣はチャラだ。
剣のチャラだ。これはリオールの剣はチャラだ。
君に借りを作るのは気色が悪いからな。
君に借りを作るのは気色が悪い。気色が悪いな。
タッカーは2年前ジンを介するキメラの連成に成功して国家錬金術師の資格を取った。
ジンゴを介するって。喋るの？キメラが？
ああ、喋ったそうだ。ただ一言、死にたいと。その後、餌も食べずに死んだそうだ。
でっけえ家。
お客さんいっぱい。
ニーナ、犬はつないでおかなくっちゃ。いや、申し訳ない。妻に逃げられてからうちの中もこのありさまで。改めてはじめまして、エドワード君。低迷の錬金術師超タッカーです。
彼は生体の連成に興味があってね。ぜひあなたの研究を拝見したいと。
ええ、構いませんよ。 ただ人の手の内を見たいというなら君の手の内も明かしてもらわないとね。それが錬金術師というものだろ。なぜ生体の錬成に興味を？
いや、彼は
大佐、
母親の錬成を11歳の子供が。そうか、それで鋼の錬金術師と。辛い経験をしたんだね。役に立てるかどうかは分かりませんが、私の研究室を見てもらいましょう。いや、お恥ずかしい。巷ではキメラの権威なんて言われてるけど。実際のところそんなにうまくはいってないんだ。
おお、すっげえ。
資料室だ。自由に見ていいよ。
よし、俺はこっちの棚から。
じゃあ僕はあっちから。
私は仕事に戻る。夕方迎えのものをよこそ。
すごい集中力ですね。もう周りの声が聞こえていない。いるんですね、天才ってやつは。
高いぞ高いぞ。
あら、何やってんだよ。
ニーナ遊んで欲しそうだったから。
お前な、何しにここへ。
アレキサンダーも遊んでほしいって。
アレキサンダー。
いい度胸だ。
いい度胸。
獅子はウサギを狩るのにも全力を尽くすという。
獅子はウサギを狩る。獅子はウサギを狩るのにも全力を尽くすという。
このエドワード・エリリックが全身全霊で相手してくれるわ。
全身全霊、spirit, full, complete body and spirit 相手してくれるわ。Okay, full, exert all one's power 全身全霊、全身全霊、人生全身全霊相手してくれる。畜生、犬畜生。
よー大将。
大将 General, right? よー大将。
迎えに来たぞ。
迎えに来たぞ。
何やってんだ。
いや、資料検索の息抜きというか。
資料 components, materials 資料検索。資料検索の息抜き。資料検索の息抜きというか。
いい資料は見つかったかい？ また明日おいで。
また来てくれるの？
明日遊ぼうね、ニーナ。
ああ、タカさん、大佐から伝言が。もうすぐ査定の日です。
さて、インスペクション、アセスメント、OK。もうすぐ査定の日です。
お忘れなくだそうです。
ええ、分かっております。
じゃあ。
お父さん、査定って何？
国家錬金術師は年に一度研究の成果を報告しなくちゃいけないんだ。お父さん、去年はあまり良い評価をもらえなくてね。今年失敗すると国家錬金術師じゃなくなってしまうんだよ。
お父さんなら大丈夫だよ。いつもいっぱい勉強してるもん。
そうだね、頑張らないと。もう後がないんだ。
Fullmetal Alchemist.
Nina and Alexander.
Fullmetal
Joel Tucker.
Alchemist.
お母さんが2年前に？
実家に帰っちゃったってお父さんが言ってた。
そっか。こんな広い家にお父さんと2人じゃ寂しいね。
平気。お父さん優しいし、アレキサンダーもいるから。でもお父さん最近研究室ばっかりだからちょっと寂しいな。
肩こったな。
少し運動すれば、兄さん。
それもいいな。おら犬、俺の運動に付き合え。
さあ、ニーナも。
もうすぐ査定の日です。お忘れなく。
しかし国家錬金術師ばかり狙うってのはどういうわけだ。軍が標的なら無差別に軍人を襲えばいい。
軍が標的なら無差別無差別軍人を襲えばいい。
特殊能力を持つ錬金術師は楽に殺せる相手じゃない。
特殊複数もの考えて複数じゃない particular special distinct 複数能力を持つ錬金術師は楽には殺せる相手じゃない。
まして国家資格を持つ者となれば。
まして国家資格を持つ者となれば。
その資格が原因なのでは。
その資格が原因なの。
莫大な報酬とさまざまな特権。
莫大な報酬とさまざま特権。 寒々な特権。
これを羨む者は多いでしょう。
これを羨む者は多いでしょう。
しかも錬金術師を大衆のためにあれ。
大衆 many people 多数の人々大衆のためにあれ。
真理の探求者だったはずの錬金術師が
真理研究者。philosophical researcher. Okay. 真理の研究者だったはず。
国家資格を得た途端軍
国家資格を得た途端
の人間兵器に変わる。
運の人間兵器に
かのイシュバールの内戦以来、
イシュバール内戦以来。内戦以来。
恨みを持つ者はいくらでもおりますからな。
恨み？恨むこと。恨みを持つ者はいくらでも、これでもおります。これでもおります。これでも。おりますからな。
報告します。昨日午後9時30分頃、セントラルシティ駅構内において顔に大きな傷のある男を複数の駅員が目撃したとのことです。
複数 complicated 複数の駅員が目撃したと。
駅野郎逃げたか。
国家資格を取る前の暮らしはひどいもんだったよ。貧しくてね。
貧しくて貧しくてね。
そんな生活に耐えきれず妻は出て行ってしまった。何としても査定を通らないと。あの頃には二度と戻りたくないから。
大丈夫よお父さん。ダメだって言われたら私とアレキサンダーが偉い人に怒ってあげる。
ニーナは強いな。
You can kind of tell it's easier to listen to kids, like because they speak almost clearly and simply, like so. It's kind of when you kind of hear that like a very popular manga people is recommended to people who are starting to learn Japanese, like getting past the N4 phase, getting in like, hey, what do I read? It's Yotsuba, because again, it's just a lot of it's just this little girl just talking, kind of causing a little small little bits of trouble, nothing, something cute and whatnot. So kind of like this little girl here, and yeah, this makes it easier to follow because the way, again, the conversations are very simple.
ニーナ、明日はお父さんと一緒に遊ぼうか。
本当？
ああ。
やったー！アレキサンダー、お父さんが遊んでくれるって。
こんにちは、タッカーさん。今日もよろしくお願いします。あれ？タッカーさん。
おーい、ニーナ。
タッカーさん。
なんだ、いるじゃないか。
やあ、できたよ。完成品だ。人語を理解するキメラだ。見てくれ。いいかい。この人はエドワード。そうよくできたね。
すげえ、本当に喋ってる。
これで国家資格を失わずに済むよ。
Yeah, so this is the part people really hate. All right.
お兄ちゃん。
タッカーさん、国家資格取ったのいつだっけ
2年前だね。
奥さんがいなくなったのは
2年前だね。
もう一つ質問いいかな。ニーナとアレキサンダーどこ行った？
君のような勘のいいガキは嫌いだよ。
It wasn't that complicated.
兄さん！
ああ、そういうことだ。やりやがったな。2年前はてめえの妻を、そして今度は娘と犬を使ってキメラを錬成しやがった。動物実験にも限界があるからな。楽だろうさ、人間使えばな。
何を起こることがある？人類の進歩は無数の人体実験の賜物だろう。
無数の人体実験の賜物。実験の賜物だ。
君も科学者なら。
ふざけんな！
君も科学者なら。
こんなことが許されると思ってんのか。こんな人の命をもてあそぶようなことが。
もてあそぶ。もてあそぶようなことが。Oh, wait. Two hands. See that kanji real quick, just for fun. Play with. Okay, so key staff. Okay. That's easy enough. Just imagine a little Joel staff playing with both hands. So trifle play with. Okay, that's easy enough.
人の命そう、人の命ね。鋼の錬金術師、君のその手足と弟、それも君が言う人の命をもてあそんだ結果だろう。同じだよ。君も私も。違わないさ。目の前に可能性があったから試した。それが目の
前に可能性があったから示した。
であると知っていても。違う。
それが禁忌であると知っていても。
俺は錬金術師だ。こんなこと俺は
それ以上やったら死んじゃう。
お父さん痛い。お父さん痛い。
ごめんね。僕たちの力では君を元に戻してあげられない。ごめんね。ごめんね。
遊ぼうよ。遊ぼうよ。
間に合ったんだ。これでまた国家錬金術師。
何が国家錬金術師だ。何が。
遊ぼうよ。
悪魔の所業というものがこの世にあるなら、今回の件はまさにそれですね。
悪魔か。
だが国家錬金術師は命あらば人の命を奪うことも辞さず、行動せねばならん。人の命を同行する点でタッカー氏の行為と我々の立場に大きな差はない。そしてそれを承知の上でこの道を選んだ。そうだろう、鋼の。今後も今回のような事件に出くわすことはあるだろう。君自身が手を汚すこともあるかもしれん。その度にそうやって立ち止まるのか。
軍の犬と呼ばれようが悪夢と罵られようが、俺はあると二人元の体に戻ってやる。だけどな、俺たちは悪魔でもましてや神でもない人間なんだ。人間なんだよ。たった一人の女の子さえ助けてやれないちっぽけな人間だ。
なんで誰も分かってくれないんだろうな、ニーナ。
小タッカーだな。
誰だ？軍の者ではないな。どうやって入ってきた？表に憲兵がいたはずだ。
神の道に背きし錬金術師。
Oh, those are soldiers. Constitutional soldiers, right? Military police. Cat, come back here. Okay, Kenpei. 表に憲兵がいたはずだ。神の道に背きし。Going against Bushido. 神の道に背きし、錬金術師、滅ぶべし。滅ぶべし。
滅ぶべし。
お父さん、お父さん、お父さん。
哀れな。 この姿になってしまっては元に戻る方法はない。せめて安らかに行くがよい。
That's a give to. Oh, gonna give him the gift of death. Yasuraka ni iku ga yoi. Send him to the grave. Semete yasuraka ni iku ga yoi. Damn. Okay. That's different than the first anime. Like, I think in the first anime, both the father and unfortunately the chimera of the Nina survived, or like lived past this. I think if I remember that, I'm not quite sure if I remember. Okay, so it's different than him coming around and just killing him. I mean, mercy killing, but still killing. Oh God, okay, that's it.
今2つの魂があなたの元へ帰りました。
Interesting. あなたの元へ帰りました。
その広き懐に彼らを迎え入れ。
この広き。Let's see if that's a phrase. No. その広き懐。It's not 懐かしい懐。Pocket. God damn it. その広き。That was stupid. Okay, yeah. Pocket. この広き懐に彼を迎え入れ。
哀れな魂に安息と救いを与えたまえ。
安息。That's a breath, right? Rest, repose, okay. 魂。Okay, so 哀れな魂に安息と救いを与えたまえ。Okay, and go to 24. Do it right there.
雨降りしきるイーストシティ。
雨降り。Wait a minute.
ニーナの死に打ちひしがれるエドとアルゴ。
打ちひしがれる。打ちひしがれる。
謎の男スカーが襲う。絶体絶命の危機にエドは必死の決断をする。次回「鋼の錬金術師フルメタルアルケミスト」第5話「悲しみの雨」。絶望がもたらす決断を認めることはできるのか。
minutes up. Okay, cool. So that's been about 2 hours 20 minutes. The second one I read faster. I mean, it started around hour 35, so I mean it wasn't like that much faster, but still, let's see, 25 plus this 45. Yeah, it came out to about 45 minutes, that's normal. The first one took about an hour or whatnot to get through, which I kind of expected because it was doing an exposition dump through a lot of it. It's just standard anime trope, so that makes sense. There's no problem there. But again, it's a fun show to watch because I have seen it before. Some small changes. I knew the thing happening with the Chimera was going to be popping up. The ending was slightly different than I remember, but I hadn't seen it in such a long time, so I could be wrong. I just think I remember the father popping up again later. Like Eric, the Alphonse or Alan. Again, he meets the father later. I think I remember that. But again, it's been a while. So far this is very similar to the first anime, so that makes it a lot easier to follow the story. So it leads a little credence. Like if you're gonna do these let's reads, especially with these stories, don't feel bad about read a summary beforehand and then watch the show. All right, you're not too worried about figuring out what the story's going. Now, sometimes some people do read the summary after the show. You can do that as well. I found that with with Evangelion, reading the summary before watching the episode, doing the let's read of the episode, was a lot easier. Like I wasn't trying to comprehend what the hell are they trying to say here. It's like, okay, now that makes sense. And I didn't need to look at I'm not looking at the English translation of what's being said. It's just, hey, this is being explained in English. And then when I read the Japanese, the explanation makes more sense. What's happening with the story makes more sense. I think that's fine. I don't have to do it with here because I already know the story. A lot of these other let's reads, I don't have to do it as well because they're shows I've already watched. Let's see. The only one I really went in full, kind of blind, now that I think about it, is probably Zero no Tsukaima. Like that one, although I could watch the anime beforehand, so I can get the story from but I wasn't looking up explanations elsewhere. So it was all pure Japanese. So this depends on how you want to look at it. It's fair. It's just a matter of this is where you're going to get really cool immersion. It's better if it's comprehensible. So the more comprehensible you can make it while still being in Japanese, probably the better. And so don't put English and Japanese at the same time. You're just going to read the English, most likely. It's really difficult to just not read the English. Stories that you've already seen before, that works. That's why the Harry Potter books were kind of fun, because I already know the story, I only read the books once, but now, again, the second time in Japanese is kind of cool. I've seen the movies, but wasn't like a super fan of Harry Potter as far as the movies were concerned. I wasn't, except for maybe the third movie, which was cool. I've seen this third movie quite a number of times because the third movie is really good. The fourth movie was also pretty good, so I wouldn't mind watch that more than once, why not? But the first movie, actually the second movie, I still have not seen that all the way through. It just is so painful to watch that second movie of Harry Potter, for example. But that's just. But the books was fun. Like the first book, second book of reading was fun. Hopefully the third book is fun. Although, if I remember correctly, the third book was kind of a slog to get through. The story wasn't as engaging as the movie made it to be. But this is what can you do on that. But this is a fun story. This is I definitely remember it being dark. I don't remember the comedic bits as much as I do the darker portions of it, the darker pieces of the story, because that's the part that really sticks with you. That's why this particular episode, you always see it memed a lot, because again, it's like, you connected with the little girl and the little dog because they were so cute, and you just realize this horrific thing happened, and so that made it even more horrific. Like if you never knew who you didn't do a little bit of connection with the character, it just wouldn't have mattered. Because again, you saw in the other shows, or in the other episodes, like these soldiers are being killed off. You don't care about them because you don't know them. Although you realize, when you think about how horrific it is, and again, they have lives and they probably had loved ones, and these guys are just okay, swept around, don't think about it. Axiom or Azkaban, the Prisoner of Azkaban. As far as the movie's concerned, it's not my favorite book for Harry Potter, but it's kind of I did enjoy the movie. What is my favorite book for Harry Potter? I don't think I have a favorite book on that one. Although the last one was kind of cool to read, was good to read. That was Yeah, quite enjoyed that because it like got out of the school, so that was maybe that was why it was kind of good. Okay, but yeah, let's keep going at it. This is let's see, this is the second part, so there's about 13 of these I'll be doing. I don't know if I'll do it straight like day by day. Hopefully I'll be able to come close to it. Reason being is I gotta start doing some stuff for like my, it's taking like part-time job, but I'm gonna start making some video. They're not gonna be public videos, gonna be private videos, but making some videos for you know, the English class we belong to, and so I'm trying to give it a flavor that I think would make it useful. Yeah, it's an English class, but basically trying to create videos, so because again, you can't have the school, you know, schools are all closed down in Japan. They're probably going to get closed down even longer than expected because of the breakouts happening here. But the so part of the thing is like, okay, let's since can't like teach a person, I don't like teaching on Zoom or like the whole video. I don't think that's a good way it can be done, but I don't think it's as engaging with children. It might work with adults, you know, because you can get some conversation back and forth. But when it comes to like, you know, what you're expected for an English class, so I thought, okay, here, let me make a video instead, and then I'll all I got to do is like, then they can watch the video as much time as they want. You know, kind of like a Khan Academy concept of the thing. You got to be a little different, obviously, because these are like English books. You know, these are not complicated. I'll just show you real quick. You know, there are these books here, right? And so I'm figuring out a way to turn it into, you know, lessons that match kind of how I was teaching the class. And yeah, I'm not a fan of the whole always teaching English. I don't think that's a smart idea. But if you're going to teach in English and you make stuff comprehensible, like okay, now and then they listen to a lot, and then it might work, especially with children. You know, the one thing you try to tell the parents, and I don't think they ever listen, is like, you got to get these kids to watch shows in English, or it's, I mean, that's, you know, for kids that actually can work. You know, it doesn't work so much for young adults and definitely adults. You know, that we got to do this stuff a bit more. We got to be a bit more creative in what we do. But with kids, especially young kids, you know, if you give them something fun to watch, they're going to, you know, consume and comprehend some stuff in language. Now, man, and I've seen evidence of. I mean, I personally have seen it happen with a number of kids. So, but again, parents think that, oh, they got to learn English first before they watch stuff in English for fun. It's like, no. They're going to learn English because they're watching stuff for fun in English. Yeah, so that's why Sesame Street was such an effective tool. And I don't know, they should have been playing Sesame Street every day, and you'd have a lot more kids in Japan speaking English if they just played Sesame Street for, you know, don't try to like add any Japanese to it. Just make it Sesame Street in English. And I think you'd or you know, maybe Teletubbies and, you know, Elmo and then whatnot. I mean, you could just do that, and it as a kid you probably would just love watching it. You know, because I remember as a kid, I never watched enough to get good at it, but I mean, I would watch cartoons in Spanish, you know, and we'd pick up a few words. You would, because you know, you can make connections, even though, again, you got to do a lot of it. Yeah, we're talking hundreds of hours of having fun in the language to, you know, pick it up in where it sounds natural. But anyway, there you go. All right, so I'll be back hopefully tomorrow and start with episodes 5 and 6. All right, we're only going to episode 26. After that, it's going to be starting back on Harry Potter, this time book 3, Prisoner of Azkaban, and that'll be split into 3 parts. While I'm also doing 3 other anime. In this case, it'll be Steins Gate, Attack on Titan, and One Punch Man. After that, be going back into dramas. And I've got an idea for the first drama I want to do. It's going to be a dark drama. So I have to like probably put in these, you know, trigger warnings, because it's like one of those. Yeah, it's one of those types of dramas. So, and then yeah, and keep going on from there. Cool. If there's anything else, let me know. But yeah, this has been fun. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and thanks for your questions, by the way. Okay, thanks for watching.